In part E, we are asked to start with Newton's third law. So for every action, there's an equal and opposite reaction. So we would start out by saying FAB is equal and opposite to FBA. And in the previous questions, we defined what those were. FBA is M VA minus V over delta T, and FAB was MVB over delta T, and that's a negative there. So delta T applies to both sides, so we can multiply both sides by delta T. And that leaves us with MVB equal and opposite to MVA minus V. Now the question is, we started out with Newton's third law, that the change in momentum of the system is 0. So let's put this in terms of the momentum. So we have MVB equals minus MVA minus a negative MV. So rearranging this here, we get MV, which is the initial momentum, MV, which is MVB plus MVA. This is the initial momentum, this is the momentum of B, and this is the momentum of A. So what we showed here is that there's no change in momentum. The initial momentum, MV, is equal to MVB plus MVA. Now just one step further that we can take this here. We notice that the M's are the same everywhere. So we could say that the initial velocity is equal to the velocity of B plus the velocity of A. And these are equivalent statements, but this right here brings it home. And notice we don't really need a lot of explanation. Since MV is P0 and MVB is PB and MVA is PA, we have shown that the initial momentum is equal to the sum of those two, not some additional amount of momentum. So next, we want to deduce if the kinetic energy is conserved. So what that means is the initial kinetic energy equals the final kinetic energy. And so that means 1/2 mv squared is going to equal 1/2 mva squared plus 1/2 mvb squared. We can, of course, since there's 1/2 in every term, those drop out, the m's drop out, and we are left with v squared equals va squared plus vb squared. And from the previous question, we know v equals vb plus va. So we have vb plus va squared equals va squared plus vb squared. So using our FOIL on this, we get vb squared plus 2 va vb plus va squared equals va squared plus vb squared. So if we subtract va squared from both sides, those go away. And if we subtract vb squared from both sides, those go away. And we are left with 2va vb equals 0. So that means either va or vb equals 0. So now, after the collision, A will come to rest and B will move with speed v. Aha. We know that VA or VB must be 0. So if VB is moving, if VB is not 0, then VA must be 0.